Real Randy Chavez coming at you today with a Veve OMI update video. You guys are new, welcome. If not, welcome back. I love y'all. I would say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that thanks button down below. So sorry for being a little bit late. There was emergencies afoot. Anywho, we do have a bit to go over today, so I am going to go and get to everything. OMI is actually up about 0.63% today, so that is pretty good. I do believe the volume is a bit lower though. It's at $1.4 million in volume over the past 24 hours. So we did outperform the Dow. Dow was only up 0.1%. We did not outperform the S&P. We're about level with that. That was up 0.87%. Nasdaq up 1.45%. And let's take a look at what we got with the crypto. We did match Ethereum, which is also up 0.6% in the last 24 hours, but we did not match Bitcoin, which is up 1.5%. Generally, this is a pretty flat day for crypto. Some things are up, some things are down. I don't think anything's really up more than 2.6% or down any crazy amounts, at least in the last 24 hours, which is really surprising because I didn't see the markets reacting anywhere near as bad as I thought when you had Poland report that we had Poland had some missiles. They claimed it was from Russia. Russia came in and said, hey, that was not us. Where it had killed 2 people, and I forget what else. I think it was like a whatever it was, that it had also destroyed. I was expecting a much harsher reaction for that because my mind always goes to worst case scenario. But it wasn't. Maybe it just wasn't cooked in yet. It didn't happen later in the day. Maybe the news wasn't breaking. But I feel like when big money, they kind of get everything before anyone else, and I didn't really see them reacting too negatively. So it's actually pretty good. Hopefully that's just, I don't want to say a nothing burger because that's disrespectful to the people that died. Hopefully that is just an isolated incident where they just didn't have the correct info and it didn't come from Russia, and Russia is telling the truth. So we're gonna hope for that. We do have some things to go over from Rhys, but first everyone could smash that like button. It'd be a free way to help support the channel. That'd be super fantastic. All right. We're gonna go and, oh wow, this is gonna go way back to the beginning. Sorry. So we have Rhys talking about a bunch of the coins. I'll go over this and then I'll answer some questions. Somebody asking how big is the developer team, and Rhys had said we're about 25 to 30 strong at the moment, and it's made up of front-end engineers, back-end engineers, security, QA, etc. We actually roll out a ton of app updates, but a lot of them are behind the scenes, things for our optimizations and foundations. We've just brought in a new product manager, and a new CTO is now fully on board, and the goal in 2023 is to be rolling out 2 new features or major upgrades every month moving forward. So we should start to see the feature set really ramp up now. Even if he goes and his predictions are way off, and we don't have 2 major updates every month, and we just have 1 major update every month, that's still 12 major updates for the app over the next year. So I'm super, super excited about that. Yeah, Rhys not only has the Australian accent, but he has it like, he's got a deep voice on top of that too. So it's not like just going like, "Aye, good day," you know, and I don't know, like I guess Steve Irwin be like, "Oh, danger, danger, danger." Like he's got this like deeper voice, like almost like a rough, like a grungy type voice on top of that. So it's really, really hard to get. Anyway, it's 25, 30 strong. So somebody was asking about the OMI token, and he says, yep, have you had a look through the OMI token portal? Some of the roadmap section on there that will make it easier to keep up with. And somebody said we feel the OMI holders feel abandoned. I don't. I think that person was speaking for themselves and a very small minority. But Rhys says, completely understand it. Now that the OUP is live, we can actually have great discussions about OMI again. So let's go to the actual website really quick. I'm sorry, whoever just messaged me on Twitter. You came up at a bad time, and I accidentally clicked where it looked like I read your message. I didn't read your message. I had to click away. Let's look at the updates here. Oh no, that is for something completely different. Did not mean to go do that. All right, here's the development board. Here's the OMI site, the portal. So it'll say development roadmap, and on the development roadmap, you can go and take a look at, nothing has changed. Pretty much do not expect this to change every day. This is something that will only change, I would say, once a month. I mean, because it does have to go and be manually updated.
and some things will come. Some of these things are really going to go together. Like just because it's not updated yet, like once one of these things is updated, a bunch of those things will be also very, very heavily updated. So it's not like a time scale. It's just what is taking priority. And right now we have technically 4 things that are taking priority. The waitlist drop system, buying OMI on the web app, crypto to gem, and OMI spot wallet. Or actually, no, the OMI spot wallet that's the same as everything else. But once those things are done, I mean, they're all interconnected. They're all tied into each other. So in order to have the bronze tickets, how do you have the bronze tickets? You need to have the OMI spot wallet to have the bronze tickets. And the waitlist drop system, you're not going to put that in unless you can go and utilize the bronze tickets. And you can't utilize the bronze tickets without the OMI spot wallet. So as soon as that's done, these other 2 should be right up there, right next to it. So I'm really not concerned about the timelines at all. Anyway, we have other stuff to go over. Question about OMI. They're talking about someone asking about exchanges, and Rhys says, "I'm not sure, friend. Those listings happened a while ago now. It's common practice to provide liquidity for a new listing, but I'm not privy to payments." The person was just asking about like what happened to the exchanges that we had gone and paid for, or if we have paid for them yet, or what happens if we paid for them and suddenly the exchange goes bust. And Rhys pretty much just says that I'm not privy to new payments. And do exchanges go and they buy a bunch of OMI? Does Veve have to give them OMI? And Rhys, again, just said that is not privy to the payments. Honestly, if I were an exchange and I saw that this amazing token about to be chock full of utility only had 3 exchanges, and I wanted to be one of the exchanges that lists them next, I would cut my fees or have them waived or something like that, because I know that token is going to get a lot of volume and get a lot of fees with that. Anyway, so Rhys goes on to say, the app has and always will be built to accommodate both types of users, not just make one more dominant than the other. However, as you've seen, there are a lot of perks and benefits for the OMI token users and holders that are only available to token holders. Once we see it all in action, we'll be able to tweak those rewards, make sure the incentives are strong enough for A, for use of the token, B, for staking the token, and C, to encourage and educate the non-crypto crowd to jump the gap, as they say, and start to utilize the token. C will really be the biggest boon for the token holders, as the vast majority of the Veve user base is non-crypto, but knowing they can get certain advantages and bonuses to build their collections, like gold tickets, for example, will certainly help in that mission. So they were asking about MCP, but those 3 are really some of the biggest things. There is one major thing, talking about the OMI burn, that I'm really bullish on, but we'll get to that in a second. And Rhys said, once we get these foundations in place, we'll continue to add new features and perks. I'd say we're going to have as more and more people join the staking program, and then once we get the Veveverse, we have a lot more options for token utilities, as it's a lot more of our own content. So you obviously have a bunch of OMI utility for the OMI token and OUP, but apparently Veveverse is going to come out with their own set of utility for the OMI token. If that is not bullish, I feel like I'm Johnny Depp in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, talking to the FBI dudes, like, if that is an interagency cooperation, I just don't know what is. I'm on my eyes closed because he gets his eyes taken out at one point. Spoilers. If that is an interagency cooperation, I just don't know what is. Like, if that isn't bullish, I have zero idea what is. Okay, sorry. This is a really long road to walk down to get that reference. So somebody says, Rhys, one more OMI question. As we see now, the problems with the exchanges, what will happen if we lose the 3 to 4 exchanges where the OMI is traded? How can we make sure that we have a place where we can sell our OMI? And Rhys says, you'd find all the exchanges and information on the token portal. OMI is also available on Uniswap, which is a decentralized exchange not affected by these other issues plaguing crypto. Same thing with Coinbase Wallet. Coinbase Wallet, you can go and exchange ETH for OMI as well. And not only that, but we are going to be able to buy OMI over on the web app as well. So I'm super excited for that. Our patron, Mr. Amar Singh, Indian Royalty, will be on the podcast on the 26th to be talking about stuff with Pride, stuff with the new utility Discord down below, the new utility Discord, the new platform, and what licenses that they share with Veve, what licenses they have together, what licenses that they have that Veve doesn't. very, very excited for that. He'll be coming on and talking about the first drop, which is Winx Club, and all the other drops that are going to come. Correct way. Okay, so Rhys here talking about they were talking about fees and how to top up the gem pool, and we're having buybacks. And Rhys says the way OEP is designed means that no revenue comes from comes to the company, so that it can't be misconstrued later if regulations change or become more clear in one direction or the other. We will always be adding new streams of revenue to fund the OMI to gem pool, but will be in the same manner through third-party services or providers, unless regulation changes to our favor, but that looks unlikely given the recent FTX debacle and whatever the fallout happens to be. So yeah, they're not doing any form of buybacks. Again, why this is not, this won't be labeled a security is because you're going and they're not taking their profits and they're buying the token and they're burning it. They are having other people go and with those fees, they're going to top up that gem pool, and then they're going to take OMI from the circulating supply, buy those gems, and then that OMI is going to get burned. So you're going to have a whole lot. It's so strange. Why? Okay, well, instead of OMI and Veve taking that profit, they just give the profit into this pool, and then other people take that profit and they spend it, and then that gets burned. I have zero idea what the fudge the difference is between OMI burning their profits and people just spending that extra profits. Like, it makes no sense, but government sucks. They're talking about replenishing the pool, and Rhys says, yep, as how the gem seller fees work in OUP, it's all user-initiated, volunteered. Same deal with the bronze tickets. Technically, you're burning $1 billion worth of OMI for one bronze ticket. Or I'm sorry, you're burning $1 worth of OMI for one bronze ticket. So it doesn't matter what the price of OMI is, if it's 0009 or if it's 005. One bronze ticket will be $1 worth of OMI. Okay. Whew. Talk about storing things, storing your OMI. Rhys had said, if you have a ledger, you can actually purchase OMI directly onto it through Uniswap pool. Might take a bit of learning curve to connect your MetaMask and whatnot to do, but you don't actually need to in exchange to buy OMI tokens. Users will have the option to list their items for gems or for OMI tokens. If listing in gems, the transactions take place in the same way it does now. If listing for OMI, there's a seller fee based on your staking tier, and that fee directly funds the OMI to gem pool, while the buyer fee will be burnt directly from circulation. So there are two fees there. There's a seller fee and there's a buyer fee. The seller fee goes for the gem pool, and the buyer fee goes to burn that OMI directly. So yeah, you have a bunch of both fees are good. Brittany, I'm so glad you enjoy the accent. Rhys says, all right, so someone's asking about any percent that goes to the percentage that goes to the burn. Rhys said, no legal issue arises when taking revenue to impact the token. As it's designed right now, none of the features take money that the company has received. They all contribute to the pool without our input. The best part is that anyone buying the gems with crypto is benefiting the OMI token when it's live. Also, when it's live, that is when the 5.5 billion OMI that they have set aside, that's going to burn straight away. Can't wait. I'm personally expecting a lot of liquidity to come into the app with that feature alone. Again, just talking about the crypto gem. And whenever our collectibles are interoperable, I'd say that will make a pretty massive difference in bringing in the wider and more traditional NFT participants, and therefore top that pool up consistently. I am, oh, no, can't read that. Not either. Okay. So that is some of the major stuff. There is some other stuff over here, like a federal judge just granted Coinbase request to file an application to support Ripple in the SEC case. Like I said, pretty sure Ripple is going to win that one. Talking about, all right, so what I have noticed so many people stacking Mighties, two of which I saw were stacking before I made that video yesterday about the Marvel Mighties, talking about me stacking Lady Deadpool. But then I had other people message me like, yo, you're stacking these too? I'm stacking them. And nobody, there's only one other person, there's only two people that are stacking the same Mighties. Unfortunately, it has somebody sharing with me. Somebody has like an extra, I think 100 or so Lady Deadpool Mighties, but a bunch of people are stacking M'Baku, a bunch of people are stacking, or one person stacking M'Baku, one person stacking the Ghost Mighty. There are 4 people stacking the Deadpool Marvel Mighties, which I'm very, very curious about, because they're all different except for me and this one person. One's doing the normal Deadpool, One's doing the X-Men Deadpool, and two of them, me and somebody else, are doing the Lady Deadpool. So that's really, really interesting that the main people that are stacking, half of them are stacking the Deadpool Mighties, which I thought was. But again, I think M'Baku and I think Ghost Spidey are better bangs for your buck and will yield more revenue than Lady Deadpool. I'm saying just because I love her. I love all the Deadpools in general, but I don't want to say her the most. But we already had, like, she's the first appearance. The other two Deadpools in there aren't. Moving on, Shaw. We had a Mr. MC1.E says the event on Friday from 8:30 p.m. to 12 to midnight, which is going to be Pacific Standard Time. This is a private event. Final capacity is 250 by guest list. The cover is $25, which includes app and soft drinks. It is free for special guests and artists, so there will be some artists that are partnered with Veve that are going to be there. Free for the Veve team as well. The alcohol will be on your own tabs. The location is 20 minutes south of Anaheim, and you will get the info DM to you from Mr. MC1.eth. He's going to be so busy those other few days. Brockman Blockchain says it's almost Feesh-miss. I think he's... So I asked him about the 19th. The 19th is the 1-year anniversary of Feesh. It's the 1-year anniversary of when Feesh started. So I do expect something special there, but I think there's going to be a snapshot taken... Oh, it might have been this morning. It might have been this morning, or it might be tomorrow. I forget when it was or when it is, but I cannot say this any clearer than I have already. If you do not have a Feesh, the fudge is on with you. I would definitely suggest, not financial advice, just for fun, totally minting a couple of those, or as many or as little as you want. I'm not here to. Moving on here. I will be arriving. So my flight leaves in like 13 hours. I have to. I'm not gonna sleep tonight. I'm going to drive to a train station, leave my car at the train station, take the train as close to JFK as I can get, and then I will go and then I will go and just take an Uber and just hang out in an airport for like 4 hours. I might go live at the airport. Who knows? I'm gonna be so tired. Anywho, just like I got more OMI. So 148 million OMI. Can you feel it? Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? 148 million. I can't believe it took me 17 minutes to go and say that, but yeah. I am expecting a little more money before the end of the month. So as long as the prices stay here, I should have 150 million OMI before the end of the month. Cannot wait for that. I've been like, I feel like an embezzler, just like checking, like a lot of embezzlers check their bank account very, very often. And I've been checking it, waiting for this other wire to come through, and it hasn't come through yet. So I called the bank. I was like, hey, is there something wrong with this? And they're like, no, just give it a day. It's like, a day? I've got OMI to buy. And they just did not know what the fudge that was. They're like, I don't know what you're talking about, sir. So they were zero help. Circle USDC adds support for Apple Pay. JP Morgan says all the recent collapses have been from centralized players and not from decentralized protocols. So first sensible thing that JP Morgan has ever said about crypto. While other people are selling their stuff in a panic, for whatever reason, you have JNell20222 saying, thank you to all the people who are freaking out right now on Veve. You made my year as I got the number 286 walt for $3,500. Congrats to him on that. Or her. I don't know. All right, so there's that. MasterCard, Wells Fargo, Citigroup, and others launched a 12-week experimental digital dollar pilot with the New York Fed, conveniently right after the FTX rug. I expected regulation to come in. I did not expect billions of dollars to be lost before that would happen, but hey, like, they always continue to surprise me. Moving on. Oh, okay, so it was Snapshot Day, and Brock said he does have to confess. I still believe, that I haven't been totally truthful. There's a second snapshot this month. Hope you're ready. I think that snapshot might be the 19th. Flame says, why is crypto payout taking so long to return? We had it in the summer briefly, so it's not like they're making it from scratch as the system is already in place. Again, this is a Feesh status, has nothing to do with Veve and OMI, but this person decides to go and ask that. And Brock says, I'll tell you the truth. Everyone else is just going to make excuses, but every time someone asks about it, they add 3 days. At Reverend Alex G may be hesitant to confirm this, but it's the pretty clear truth. I love Rocket Blockchain and all the trolls that he does. He is great. There's some things. I found a photo from like 10 years ago. That is baby Chavez. I was 21 years old. And then another photo when I made my friend Zach cry because I beat him at Jenga. That looks. I feel like I looked. Oh God, the military was such an awkward stage. Okay, so we talked about Uniswap. We talked about Coinbase Wallet. If you have OMI, so here's the difference. Earlier this year, OMI migrated all of their GoChain OMI tokens to the Ethereum blockchain, and there was an uncertainty during the migration regarding OMI token migration, and the process seemed overly complicated for many. Well, this guy, Sergio Rodriguez, says, I'm here to tell you that this process is incredibly easy because I just went through it, and as an unexpected bonus, I got an extra 125,000 OMI tokens because of the price discrepancy between the two. I swapped 332,000 OMI tokens and got 457,000 OMI tokens in return. Keep in mind that these price discrepancies are highly volatile and can be different in your case. How to swap is step 1, you connect your wallet, whether it's Trust Wallet or Coinbase, to Uniswap. And step 2, swap OMI for OMI. That's it. It was pretty great. I don't know if we knew this. This is old news or new news. Or Wall Street Journal is just... there's so many bad things happening. I just all kind of put them together. But Wall Street Journal reports that BlockFi prepares for potential bankruptcy as crypto contagion spreads. So probably should have got your stuff off BlockFi. I will be in LA tomorrow, like 11:30ish, 12. Hopefully get to my hotel room and they let me check in early. And then I am doing something on... Am I doing something on Wednesday? Oh, God. Oh, yes, I might be doing something. I'll keep you all posted. There's some stuff. There's some Lady Deadpools. NFT Power Rankings says breaking, Sony just filed a patent for in-game NFT infrastructure for the PlayStation console. NFTs are coming to gaming, whether you like it or not. I knew it. I feel like Thor in Avengers Endgame, where Captain America picks up the hammer and he's like, oh, I knew it. Then gets kicked through a rock, like, ah! So Mark Hyun goes over and says that, hey, is it a coincidence that Veve Official is on the Sony stage Sunday at 1 p.m. for an announcement? And I say, I love the speculation. Should I put it in my live in 30 minutes? And Alex Gonzalez says, yes, it's a coincidence. So Mark says, fair, Reverend Alex G, is the Veveverse demo happening on Saturday? And Alex G says, yes. So I do want to preface this with a couple of different things. The reason why we are presenting on the Sony stage is because Sony is a partner, and they just get to name the stage. So it'll be on the stage. They just get the naming rights for that, which is great. I think we actually do have a partnership with Sony, if I'm not mistaken. Don't quote me on that, but if I'm remembering, one of the partnerships I think is with Sony. But that doesn't mean that they're presenting anything here, even though Sony did just apply for their for one of their NFT licenses. That being said, again, Alex will be confirming. What I will take as 100% truth, Alex saying that the Veveverse demo is happening on Saturday. That being said, there's a lot of fluidity with these things, and if anyone's ever tried to help plan or one thing everything's like a well-oiled machine. One thing goes out of whack, everything goes out of whack. So there is a chance that even though the Veveverse demo is planned for Saturday, maybe something happens, maybe, whatever. There is a chance that it gets moved to Sunday for whatever reason. So even though the plan is Saturday right now, that is subject to change with little to no notice. Everyone's been asking me about VFriends, because VFriends is going to be there. Well, Gary Vaynerchuk, he will not be there. Can't tell you the source, just can tell you that the person that I know had talked to him last week and just confirmed that he won't be there. Could he have changed his mind since then? Sure, but I guess he has other stuff to do. So after Alex confirms that the Veveverse demo will be on Saturday, Foster Hilt says, is this you throwing us a bone so Randy doesn't make a crazy speculation video about Sony that isn't true and get the community all fired up, asking for a friend? Alex says yes. Then Foster says, do you agree that I'm the most handsomest YouTuber you have ever come across, and agree that everyone should sub to my channel for awesome OMI info, even though I pronounce bagel as bagel? He didn't, I added that last part. Camille Anderson says stop the cap. Foster Hill says no cap. It's a good time. Anywho, that I think that's it for the. Ooh, sorry. I think that is it for the news. 25 minutes in. I want to go and read everyone's comments. There's a lot. Justin says, "Wait, was there another 1 billion sell wall, or am I tripping?" I don't know, man. I mean, there wasn't a lot of volume. Less than 1.5 million in volume over the last 24 hours. So yeah, it's wild. I expected a lot more. Carlos Castrone's laughing. Matt John says, "What up, Randy? Let's go. Let's get this bread." Felipe B. Felipe B says, "Anybody else afraid of the Veveverse? Like in the sense that AI will take over?" I know. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, AI could take over if we didn't take steps to merge with it, but I think with Neuralink, I think we're going to be able to merge with it, and I think that we'll be able to go and yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't see humans disappearing anytime soon. I see, like, I've been studying a lot of quantum entanglement recently, and I think the recent Nobel Prize for Physics just went to three dudes. I forget where they went, and they were just saying that when you take like any type of quantum particle, whether it's a quark, whether it's a fermion, whatever, and you split it, and one's over here and one's over there. It's like when Obi-Wan talks to the head Gun down in Jar Jar Binks Land. I forget what that was called. And he says, "You and the surface world share a symbiont circle. What happens to one affects the other. You must understand this. Like what happens to one particle affects the other. It's really insane. No matter whether 7 miles apart or 7,000 light years apart. It's really cool how they do that. And I know I had a point to this. Oh yeah. So why am I not afraid of AI? I assume that's what you mean when I say am I afraid of the Vverse. It's just technology in general is because I think humans have a pretty good handle on, like we don't, but we have a good enough handle on it so that we will eventually merge with our AI overlords. If you're talking about, are you afraid of it because might get addicted to it? Kind of like when Steve Carell says, "Would I rather be feared or loved?" I want people to fear how much they love me. Am I afraid that I'm going to love it so much and it's going to make me a lazy fat piece of crap? I'm a lazy fat piece of crap already. So do your worst, Vverse. Outside of that, no, I'm not really afraid. I'm excited. I mean, like, so Vverse, for better or worse, for better or worse definitions of it, that is a metaverse. And let's do some quick maths here. I think what have they spent? I think Meta has spent like $25 billion over the last couple of years, and it was on average I think about $4 billion a quarter. I think after this year it would have been, they're going to up it to I think 25 billion per year that they're going to be spending. So over the course of the next 9 years, Meta would have spent a total of $250 billion on that particular on their metaverse project if they continue this way. And Zuckerberg is not dumb. Clearly extraordinarily intelligent. Why would you ever spend $250 billion or even tens or hundreds of billions of dollars, even just 100 billion on any one thing? Like let's take it like new technologies, right? Let's take like the iPhone. Like I think in today's dollars, like $3 or $4 billion was used to make the first iPhone, the first smart. And then what happened? They didn't spend another $8 billion to make the next iPhone or the next smartphone. They used the profits of that first iPhone to make the next one, and then the next one, and the next one. So the same thing happened with Teslas. Like Teslas would have been profitable long ago if they were to just make one car and do whatever, but they were using the profits of their first supercar to go and fund a cheaper car, use those profits to go fund the next one, the X and the Y and the 3, and now the Cybertruck. And Cybertruck should come before the Roadster, so that'll happen should happen next year. And then Roadster's gonna be great. It's gonna be 1.9. Go from 0 to 60 in 1.9 seconds, and that's just the base model. It's gonna have the air thrusters from SpaceX, and the super model will go from 0 to 60 in like 1.2 seconds. Like freaking wild. So but again, that's a new technology of an electric car where they spend I don't know how many billions of dollars on that, and then that's it, and then the profits of that go into the next model. What do you think the metaverse is going to be worth, this new technology, when you have somebody as intelligent and it's not like somebody that's like a doctor that is only they only just study medicine, right? And then because they're smart, they think, oh, I'm going to be smart at engineering or I'm going to be smart at finance. Like sometimes they are, but also it's just a completely different field, and sometimes they're just dumb as rocks. It's not like Zuckerberg was like a doctor, was like a happened to be a medical doctor trying to break into this field, and he just happens to be smart and he's trying it. No, this is his wheelhouse. This is his playground. This is his jungle of love that is being a tech nerd. And the dude is not spending hundreds of billions of dollars on this for it to just not pay off. You cannot argue. I do not like Zuckerberg as much as the next person. I do not like the fact that he censors things that he shouldn't, the fact that he doesn't censor things that should be censored, and the fact that he tries to, well, I think it's kind of gangster. He just buys whatever he wants. Anyway, um, if Zuckerberg is going to be over the course of the next decade, spending $250 billion on his metaverse, because he's already spent I think almost 25 billion, he's spending about 4 billion a quarter, and he's going to probably up that to that 25 billion per year. Again, 10 years total. That in 8.5, 9 years, that's a quarter trillion. So, what are the returns going to look like? I've said it before, I'll say it again. The metaverse is a multi-trillion-dollar opportunity. And you don't just have to remake the next one. So it's not like a phone where you have to use those profits to fund the next one. The next metaverse is just going to be basically DLC. It's going to be downloadable content and they just expand on it. So what happens when a metaverse is worth multiple trillions of dollars? And Veve having the best IP, I don't care how much money Zuckerberg throws at this. The IP, he could probably get some if he really wants to. But the IP is with us. Like, I call it luck, call it just insane intelligence, call it whatever you want. Like I didn't throw in my entire life savings, my entire net worth, risking retirement, ridicule, and everything because I don't see what's coming. Like you could read that writing on the walls. You could see 100% what is going down in the next several years throughout the next decade. For those of you that do not know, that I've been trying to work out a deal to sell some of my IP. That's not going to be a small deal if that goes through. That's not like a, oh yeah, I heard Chavez raised like $10,000, $20,000. Like this is not a small deal, and this will go for. I mean, they're not just buying the IP; they're buying my network or buying into my network and buying like my mind. This will be most of what I get. Probably at least 60% would go into OMI. If this goes through before the end of the year and we're still down here, I'll blow past 175 million. I might close in on 200 million if I really decide to John Wayne cowboy this. Yippee-ki-yay, mother flapper. That's how much I know. And again, does anyone have a crystal ball? No. I've seen this before. I've done this so many times before. Hopefully, after I'm right on this one, people will be like, "Oh, maybe Chavez knows what he's talking about." Anyway, I'll move on from that. Sorry for that insanely long answer, Felipe B. Bill Gardner says, "Randy, really disappointed in Cavell's comments towards Superstar Monday today. Very immature. I didn't see it. He could have been joking. He could have been whatever. I don't know their relationship. I don't want to get into drama. I just don't know. I just don't know what happened." Omi Panda says, "You're at Taco Bell, aren't you, Randy?" I wish. Jayco says, "Hey, Randy." Hi, Jayco. Hi, Omi Panda. Meow, meow, meow. Sleeping Comic says, "Randy, yo, what up, Sleeping? Hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well." Okay. Got this. Got that. Mwah. Judge says, "Randy, vacuum. Let the intrusive thoughts win." Maybe. News Now Marijuana says, "How is OMI reacting to the Poland missile crisis?" like the markets were not reacting at all, which I did not expect. I thought markets were going to go down, 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 but they didn't. Chago Solo says, "What's up, Sleeping?" Sleeping says, "Hey, Chago." Who's now marijuana says definitely the Russians. Russia came out and said that they didn't do it. I was like, what are you going to say when being accused of launching? But again, like I don't. I just I don't see that. I don't see Russia attacking something that's a part of NATO unless it was like a full scale, like, hey, we control this now, and then let's come to the board. You don't want to go to the board with, nothing. You want to come to the table with, hey, I have a bunch of this stuff. I'll let go of half of it, and then we could have peace. On the next, yeah, I don't think that was Russian. Like, yeah, I don't think that was that. Omi Panda says, I like the accent. Thank you. Inferno says, howdy, 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 howdy. Wes says, will Daddy Chavez now be applying to Hunkamania in order to buy more OMI? I actually applied to Hunkamania 3 different times in my youth. And I got to one so savage. One, I wasn't a good enough dancer. The other one is like, I'm too scrawny. And the third time, it was just like, bro, you just ugly. It's like, God damn. So yeah, I tried 3 different times in my youth. I honestly think if I would have relearned, if I would have redone, like gotten the dancing mojo back, I think in 2017, I was a little bit thicker, I was a little more mature. I wasn't this like, 19, 20-year-old kid. That was a man. I think I actually could have done it at that time, but I was going to school and then I started a business and then I was just like, okay, that's going to go away. And it did. Justin is dead. Moses on my feet says, it's amazing how an Aussie can work with 2 Kiwis in the first place. They turned out to be the dream team. They did. And again, this is why I, one is, a communications guy as Rhys, one is the COO, which is Dan, one's the CEO, which is David. When you have 2 CEOs, such as they're doing with DC right now, that is a recipe for disaster in one CEO, one COO. That is what David and Dan got right. I mean, they got a bunch of things right, but that's a major thing that they got right. If you have 2 CEOs gonna eat each other within 2 years, easily. That's why, like, I love James Gunn. I don't know why they give him a partner with this, a co-CEO. Makes no sense. But because they have their own roles, they have their own titles, I think that's why it works a lot. Justin says, Putin is still in no nuke November. Are you kidding? Felipe, this is my prediction. Metaverse development by Big Red Button. Less than 25 employees. Comparison Niantic, 800 developers, but still bullish. We'll see what happens. Some Girl Brittany says, hey, Randy, a chat. Hey, Some Girl Brittany, can't wait to see you in 2 days. Darth Chaos says, hello there. Oh, General Darth Chaos. Darth Chaos says, love the voice change. Oh, yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. Omi Panda says, hey, Brittany. Justin says, you. Nomad with Guitar says, Mr. Crocodile Hunter over here. Oh, crikey, mate. Steve Irwin's like, oh, God, love that man so much. I still follow like his wife and his kids on Twitter, and his son's got a really, really awesome Instagram and TikTok account. Takes wicked cool photos of all the amazing stuff he sees, and just I saw a TikTok once where he's like, oh yeah, you got the camera, and he's like, oh, he's driving barefoot, and he gets out barefoot. Oh, look at this snake, in the middle of the road, and he's like playing with it just like his dad did. And I was like, my feels. Oh, those God. I can't wait to go help him. Help them at some point. G Flow says, think about selling Walt and getting 3 million. OMI thoughts. I mean, you can do that, and either one of two things happen. Either what I think is OMI is definitely going to go up, and OMI will definitely outperform most things on the app. But in the short term, Disney could turn around and say, "Hey, here's some utility for the partner statue." You could have different people coming in, different companies, because again, know your business, can come in and be like, yeah, we're going to buy a bunch of these. And you can see, I mean, these are stupid cheap. When it was $50,000, yeah, maybe companies get one or 2 each, maybe 10 each if they have the budget for it. But at $3,000, I mean, you get So and again, it's well. Let's do the math on this. How much does 100 grand get you? Because not all of them are 3,000. That's just the floor. Let's do some maths. Here's quick math. Okay, Disney, automatic, semi-automatic, 6, 3. Take out a few. Okay, sorry, I was doing something else. It's only 98. Oh, okay. So the bottom 10 actually you'd have to put in about 37,000 for the bottom 10, and then after that it's like 50,000. 87,000 really only gets you 20. But what you could do is really buy up the floor, make it go up to like 3,700. Other people will list, it'll come back down, and you could keep on doing that. And let's say you can get 20 for, instead of like 87,000, you get it for like maybe 70,000. And then I would say on top of that, and again, 100,000 is like nothing to some people. Like that's I forget, it was like a week ago where somebody's art, actually maybe I could still find it. Oh, where was it? It had to be London. Nope. No. Okay, business. This is actually really important. It was from Instagram, and the Instagram had it was about a, oh yeah, it was before that. Good. It was about an art deal, like one of the biggest art deals I've seen. Oh, why don't I have it? Hmm. Oh, man, I don't know what happened to it, but it was a big art deal. It was a 9-figure art deal. Actually, no, it might have been a 10-figure one. It might have been a $1 billion art deal that went down. So, somebody that has $1 billion worth of art, or has the ability to spend $1 billion worth of art. Oh, look at my Flightline badge. I was the other day for Veterans Day. I had a picture of that. So yeah, somebody that can spend over $1 billion just on art. Does the art have utility? I laugh so hard when people are like, well, what's the utility? Like, you think that is such a, I can't even say what I'm about to say because it'll offend everyone. I get it. Utility is exciting, and if you can add utility to something, that is incentive for more people to buy it. Are people that have hundreds of millions or billions of dollars don't care about utility? That's silly. I really, really wish I could have. Oh man, I don't know what happened to it. Maybe it's still. I think Amar Singh had posted it. It's not. No, it's not. It's not there. He posted some things, but basically it was a $1 billion art deal that went down. So 100,000 to some people is nothing. They could buy the whole supply if they really wanted to. I'm surprised. Someone like Dr. Profit that has 10% of the supply, pretty much. He's got like 400. Yeah, wild. Anywho, moving on. I would say that I think the partner statue goes to 6 figures. No problem. That's like a 30x, which is great. But I also think that OMI does 100x by 2023. Or I'm sorry, not by 2023. I'm sorry, 2025. It's in 3 years. I actually think it does like a 25x, bring it to over 25 cents. But base case, or I'm sorry, my bear case is 10 cents, 2025. I think it goes much, much higher, but yeah, moving on. So Brittany says, Randy New Zealand accent has me literally dead, and the fact that she called me a she, that she switches back to his own accent when he isn't reading for Rhys. Oh, I gotta take a picture of that. I gotta take a. Oh. She called me a she. Oh, you're good. I'm gonna tease you for that. Justin says, I wonder how fast Web3 adoption will be compared to Web 1 and 2. I don't know. I mean, again, it's a new technology, so it's gonna be interesting. Noah Guitar says thoughts on sacking Loki Mighty. So that is a Loki first edition. Yes, it's not the first Loki. There's many different variants of Loki, but that's the first appearance of Loki that we all kind of know and love. And he's got his staff. He's got his little. I have 200
common alligator Lokis. I think I have 3 of those common normal Lokis. What are they even at? What are they, like $14? Let's take a look. Ooh, excuse me. Dude, Thor is so cool, man. All right, so Loki with his helmet and his staff. Only 1% of them are on sale. $14. So that's barely above retail. And then we'll look at the alligator Loki. It's got to be less than 10, right? It's 86 for sale. $9.25. $9.25 for the alligators. I have 201 of those. But also only 86 for sale. But the alligator Lokis have 9,999 of those. Plus they have the ultra rare and the secret rare. The Loki, these ones, they only have 8,000, and there's no other variants. Like there's no ultra rare, there's no animated one. Like that's the only one you get. So those Lokis are definitely a better investment. That being said, again, yeah, you take me out of the equation. You know, where out of those 10,000 alligator Lokis, I only have 200 of those. I have like 2%. You know, so that's nothing. 2% of that supply, you still have 9,800 alligators. But take me away, you know, it doesn't matter. There's still much less of those human alligator Lokis or Asgardian alligator Lokis. I think those are very, very good as well. Carlos Castro owns the Veve versus Fire. NFT Hero says, one sell wall just moved down to 0.000912, which is 343 million OMI worth. Another 500 million OMI moved down to 0.00915. So we'll push the price lower. Good, man. Good. I really do think it is a forced liquidation. I think it is somebody that really needs the funds, and I don't think they'll be able to get back in. Not at this price. Just says they got the liquidity. I mean, I wish I had the liquidity to buy a bunch of that. Potsy Weber says, Jay, yo, what up, Potsy Weber? Jordan Rhys says, yo, Randy. Hi, Jordan. Felipe B says, 63 million OMI now? Oh, goddamn, Felipe B, get that bread. Dude, that's amazing. That's a lot of OMI. Potsy Weber says, 63. Boom. At 17 yourself. Get it. Get it, Potsy Weber. Get to 20. Get to 25. Get to 30. Get to 59 and take back the square. Yeah, that's Gilmore Girls reference. Kirk finding eggs. Moving on. Felipe B says party. Kvac says I have 342 million OMI. Is that enough? Damn. That's a lot more than I do. That's insane. I mean, it depends. Do you have an extra 800 grand sitting in the bank? If you do, it's never enough. But if you're just like, hey, I'm kind of like barely, you know, like I have the OMI and that's it, then yeah, it's probably enough. But again, not financial advice. Mark Helm says, yeah, Sony and Veve, I was confirmed. I love you, Mark. Justin says, you think Cavell's new chill gig is selling foot pictures on the internet? I hope life is going so well for him that he could sell feet pics on the internet and make a bunch. Oh, Kvax bought it when there was 4 zeros. Damn. All right, so you an OG. Kvax, we should talk. I mean, so you spent. Oh, that's like what, $12,000 that you spent. Wait, hang on one second. One second here. You had spent. So why I love you guys, because you have more than double my OMI and you spent less than 3% of what I spent. That is amazing. I'm so fascinated. I'm so jealous. I love you. Joseph says, we getting hacked with Sony. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Don't say that. Yeah, they get hacked a lot. Felipe says, 8 more to go. Monk here. Nice, nice. I think 69. Don't stop. I mean, when you get 69, take a picture because I love that. Mark Dolevsky says, I believe so. I just started buying 1 million. Get it. Jimbo Lilingo says, see you Friday, Master Randy. Felipe B says, Kvax nice. Jordan says, the Aussie accent is hilarious. Oh, thank you. Ozzy Weber says, same for the last few days. Keep it up. Play One says, how low do you think OMI can go before reversal? I mean, Bitcoin goes down to like 12.5. We can see 0008, 0075. I don't know. I don't know, Mr. Krabs. I don't know. The lower the better for me, because I can go and get a bunch. I hope. Password says VV OMI party holiday in New York City. Post a poll. Let's make it happen when you get back. I don't think I can. I have so much. I think However, we should wait until OMI goes up over 1/10 of a penny, but I think we should wait until next year. We don't need to be I mean, we could just hang out, but it doesn't need to be a holiday party. If it goes down where we chill in I don't know, if June it's at like 0.004, or if in August it's like 0.007, and then we reach like a penny next year. I don't know. I think we could. It doesn't have to be a holiday, but I like the way you think though. Felipe says Randy's awesome. It was more like afraid of being disappointed of the Veveverse, but I like his future vision of the Veveverse. Oh no, I'm not afraid of being disappointed at all. Only Player One says, when do we get to order our pre-ordered Cybertrucks? When do we get to pick them up? I don't know. I would say we don't know yet. I mean, at some point next year, better be next year. Sorry. We'll probably get an email. We'll probably get a notification in maybe Q2. I'm really hoping that's like the latest we get the notification saying, hey, it's ready to pick up. I really need one. Jordan Rhys says, gonna buy another 15 million OMI soon, waiting for a payout. Stay low. Dude, Jordan Rhys, my man. You're gonna pass me? You're gonna pass me? Invisible Digital says Nike chose Polygon as the blockchain for their swoosh project. They make no mention of the word NFT, preferring virtual creations. Nike are betting that people want to own digital objects. And you're right, they do. Been doing it for a while. Nike's smart. They use slave labor, and their profits are huge. Very immoral, but I do not agree with what they do, but I understand why they do it. Michael Kumar says, focus more on art pieces on Veve. By the way, folks, seriously, more people and whales will pay a premium on scarce OG Veve art than golden moments, which everyone and their parents own. Everything has its place. I do think it's really hard to tell the difference because, again, a lot of these artists are very niche, and there are some that will blow up, and some of those pieces will be thousands or tens of thousands of dollars. And then there's some artists that will get a little bit of bump because they'll ride the wave. But it's hard to tell which ones. And again, a lot of these art pieces they only have hundreds of copies. But when you're looking at something like a partner statue, which is a very scarce golden moment, 4,333 of them, 10% of which is owned by Dr. Profit. That's not a lot when you have millions of people in. There's other NFT projects that have 10,000, JPEGs, and those go for hundreds of thousands of dollars. These are going to be insane. These are going to be absolutely insane. You don't even know. But so it's hard to tell. I mean, I would bet on Disney over anyone else. But yeah, I love art. Art is really good. I don't have a ton of the decom pieces. I'll just show you which pieces of art that I have. I got the Mike Egan Boo Cat. I got the Camilla Rose Garcia. I have one of those decom pieces, and then I do have a 007 the glider blueprint poster. I think that's pretty cool. In the Air Force, really like glider stuff. But that's sort of like the only art. I do want the Jaws stuff. I do want a lot of the Mondo stuff is cool. Back to the Future, Jaws. Oh, I do have the Thor poster. Actually, I do have the. Where are they? So I've got the Rogers the musical poster, and I have the Thor poster as well.
Roger's a musical one. It's not really anything to write home about. I do like it, because I like the Hawkeye series. There's less than 2% that are listed on there. It's $20. But the Thor: Love and Thunder one, I think is really special because there was 1,090 made, which means that only 1,000 were actually available, but only 534 of them were redeemed. And on top of that, you do have a buddy of mine that has almost he has like 40% of them. Him and his brother-in-law have like over 40%. So Thor: Love and Thunder, $303, and at one point it was at 1,200, and then it obviously went back down. But yeah, it's pretty wild. So let's see low to high. I don't think there's any sub 100s that you can get for cheap anyway. Yeah, no, the closest one is number 65 at 2,300. I was getting that. Yeah, that's, oh, Foster Hilt's got, oh no, he doesn't, never mind. I thought I saw him there. So I am very bullish on that one as well, because a lot of the supply is eaten by like two dudes. It was 210K says, what do you think about Cavell selling? If he was selling to go into like another project, I'd be like, oh, wouldn't do that. But he sold to get into OMI, which is fine. Just keeping it within the ecosystem, which is bullish for me. Goo Blob says, huh? How are you selling your IP? Can we buy you? So the deal that I want to make is this person would give me X amount of funds, and what I want to do is I want to tell them like, hey, now you own a certain amount of my IP, and I would like to give them revenue from, I guess, any of my businesses, but because I could use those funds to make more, obviously, and to build that. I don't know all the discussions yet. I probably shouldn't even say that. But it is going to be for a lot. Like if somebody right now wanted to be like Chavez, I'll give you 100K for X amount of your IP. I'll be like, okay, well, if you're ready to go right now, whatever. But the actual numbers haven't been set yet, and the actual thing, it could be very, very simple, and maybe I'm just overcomplicating it. But I don't really want to sell or do anything right now before that takes place. So unless somebody walks in with a briefcase like 100 grand or $80,000 worth of OMI and then 20K cash, I'll be like, okay, unless that happens, I'll keep y'all posted. Orange Bag Lady says, what's the crack, lad? Veveverse breadcrumb incoming! This is about to step up the game. Can't wait for y'all to link up again. Crazy how much changes in a year. I know. I can't wait. Okay. Oh god. My back. Moving on. Some girl Brittany says, hey Omi Panda, hey OBL, I'm packing for decon now. Getting excited, Randy? Yeah. I'm doing laundry. I probably need to throw it in the dryer. I gotta go and put stuff in my suitcase, and yeah. Just says Kevin O'Leary would back SBF again, apparently. See, Simon says, it's crazy the most valuable Disney collectible is Walt. Comics are the way to go. Comics are great. What's gonna outperform what? I don't know. But yeah, everything is awesome when you're part of a team. Alright, Bagley says, what up, Britt? Hey, dude, the FOMO is getting real. I hope you have an incredible time. Hope yous have an incredible time. We shall. It's gonna be great. Orange Bag Lady, we're gonna have to video chat you when I get my makeover. It's gonna be super fantastic. We'll video chat you for that. Autobot says, only people need to stop. The VV FUD stuff coming from YouTubers is out of line. If you want to buy OMI, sell some other-ish coin you own. I mean, just because some people are selling their collectibles for OMI is not bearish on collectibles at all. Because when you have a strong OMI token and you can use OMI to not only buy gems, but NFTs directly, that means you have more ammo to go and buy a bunch of the stuff. Like,
this is going to form again, my Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars Episode 1, because this is going to form a symbiont circle. What happens to one affect the other. You must understand, like, whatever one raises first is going to flow right back into the other. If OMI token raises first, flows right back into collectibles. That raises first, goes right back into OMI. Amount of level of arbitrage for this is going to be absolutely insane. So, but I don't think it's bearish at all. I think it's very bullish. Michael Kumar says, Valfrey, who did the Zodiac Girl pieces on Veve, has 900,000 followers on Instagram, making her the biggest independent artist on Veve. The more you know. Yes, I love her for that. I was going to try to get an interview with her, but I think she only speaks Spanish, if I'm not mistaken. I think I was just intimidated also. I just didn't ask. Speaking of intimidation. Oh, God, I love that movie. The Little Giants, so good. Like I said, Amar Singh will be on the podcast on the 26th and the 29th. The 29th. I'll release this info next week. Someone pretty awesome is going to be on the podcast. Can't say who they are yet. Jordan Rhys says, 148 million. I'm going to try my best to catch up this year. Haha. Oh, dude, Jordan Rhys. I have 148 million now. I will have 150 well before the end of the year, but maybe before the end of the month. We'll see. Crazy Veve guys, I'm late to the party. What's with the Veve Sony collab announcement? No, nothing confirmed. Happy to catch your stream again, Sir Chavez. Cheers, mate. No, nothing confirmed. We're just doing a thing on a Sony stage. That's it. What says Alex? Alex has misled us before, as in the misdirect. Woody says, Rhys the GOAT. Felipe B says, there will be a Veve announcement on the Sony Animation Studio stage. That's all I know. Yep, pretty much. Some Girl Brittany says, forever sorry, Randy, sir. I love you, Brittany. Michael Kumar says, anyone always see that Korazimi guy in the market? Yeah, I do. Justin says, Rhys on the Decon Sony stage gives me Keanu Reeves at E3 vibes. Oh, same here. Friendo. Doge Nation says, I'm watching the stream while in the shower. I heckin' love you. Does anyone remember in Jimmy Neutron, the movie, Jimmy Neutron Boy Genius, the movie, when the parents get abducted by aliens, there's a scene, Sheen's behind the shower curtain, but he's like, I'm peeing in the shower. I'm still doing it. Go. It's so good. So great. All Chat Gaming says, watching while at work, LOL. Nice. New York says, hey Randy, where do you see Secret of Spider-Man next bull run? 100K again. It's 6 figures. Probably pretty easily. Yeah. Probably above that. Omi Panda says, I like how when crypto has problem, media dusts off Munger first 2 cents on crypto. It's so hard to trust or to listen to. Like Warren Buffett doesn't understand it. Obviously, Charlie Munger does. I mean, they're both. How freaking old are they? Geniuses in their field. Value investing, sure, great, but I mean, I've outperformed them forever since I got in 2017. A lot of people do. It's it used to be that there are very few people that could outperform the S&P 500 consistently. And I was like, I'll take that bet on that bet. And now you have a quant, you have a algorithm, or you just know what to invest in and outperform the S&P very, very easily. S&P is still serving a major function. So if you don't know anything about investing, you just, put your money in the S&P 500. Make your 9 to 11% a year on average. And that's what you do. It takes a lot of dumb money out of markets. And what I asked Al and David was that, hey, how would you feel about something like the VOO or the SPY in NFTs? And what would you say? And then David said, actually, we've had companies call and ask us about that. It's just wild. Yeah. Big companies already in. Moving on. Not a bot says Munger's still alive. Panda says, yeah. Justin says, LOL, the first shower comment made Randy write what might on the board. I forgot why I wrote that. Thank you, Justin. Michael Kumar says, Netflix will do a documentary on you when OMI reaches $10. Will you be playing yourself, Randy? I'll probably be too old. I mean, I do not expect OMI to reach $10 until I'm in my 40s. Like well into my 40s. Like I'll be 40 in 8.5, or oh my god, I'll be 32 next month. Oh god, I'm getting so old. Yeah, I mean, in 8 years, I will not. I think if I really shave the face, if I lose some weight and I shave the face, I could pull off 28, 29. Now obviously being very chunky and, but I would say when OMI reaches $1, I think there'll definitely be a documentary on Veve at some point as well. And I'm sure they already get out of here, but I'm sure they already know what they're gonna put in there, stories they want to tell. Mine won't be as heart touching. Mine won't be as emotional. Mine'll it might be a little sad. If anyone does decide they want to do a documentary on me, Booth says, not gonna lie, Randy, you looks like you're young AF, like 6 years old, bro. Oh, thank you. I'm very, very happy that I don't really have any lines over here. Like no, so that I think that's like my Peruvian descent. But when I smile, get a little. Oh yeah, I gotta hold on. Let's not play with my face too much. I feel like everyone ever play Facelift in that Mario Party game where Bowser's face all contorts, like it contorts, and then you have to, with your own Bowser face, and whoever gets closest gets the star. Or if you're playing that Bowser's Roulette, whoever gets closest doesn't get the crap rocked. Great game. But thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you guys for the hanging out with me the last hour. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. My flight is in like 11-ish hours, so I got a bunch to do. Owen Pem says sings. He's not heavy. He's my brother. Comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Goodbye. Oh, Mario Kart. Mario Kart. Mario time. Where's the... Okay, there it is.